Good afternoon. Today we're gonna explain to you the project Emosense Intelligent Emotional Detection. Our group are formed by Michel Gutierrez, Juan David Royal, Jason Salazar, Dani Flores, and who talks, Lizeth Castillo. This is the second part of the project.
I'll walk through, point by point, the single slide summary of Emosense's core technology priorities and expand briefly on what each item means and why it matters. First, hardware and sensors. Emosense needs three reliable sensors: a PPG for heart rate signal, a GSR sensor for skin conductance, and IMU accelerometer plus gyroscope to capture movement and help reject motion artifacts. These sensors determine the baseline quality of every inference we make, so we must set clear aspects for sampling rate, precision, and ultra-low power consumption to preserve battery life. The device also needs simple actuators, a vibrator motor and LED at minimum, plus BLE for low energy connectivity and auto firmware updates so we can push fixes and improvements without retrieving devices. Second, que ya va la segunda. On second place, Edge plus Cloud. Our architecture is hybrid. On device edge, we perform processing, denosing, artifact rejection, and extract compact features like HRP metrics, GSR speaks, and short movement pattern descriptions. We'll run lightweight models or rule-based heuristic on the edge for immediate responses. In the cloud, we'll host heavier models in the MLPS pipeline for training, validation, deployment, and monitoring. This split reduces latency and bandwidth while allowing us to continuously improve accuracy using aggregated data. In third place, intervention and UX. Intervention must be minimally intrusive and user-controlled. The primary intervention is a short calming vibration that should be perceived as immediate. Our latency target for haptic feedback is under 2 seconds, plus contextual notifications with short prompts or breathing exercises. Users need clear control over thresholds and the ability to opt in or out. And we must provide a straightforward escalation path to a human. For example, telepsychology, when automated interventions indicate higher risks. UX trust and control are critical to adoption. Yes. In fourth place, security and regulation. Security and privacy are not negotiable. Implement end-to-end encryption in transit TLS and strong encryptions as REST. AES 266 or equivalent, strict consent management and data minimization policies. For analytics, apply pseudonymization and aggregation. From a regulatory perspective, decide early what claims we will make. If we position Emosense as a wellness device, regulatory burden is lighter. If we make clinical claims, we'll need forward validation and certification such as ISO or IEC and regional approvals. Start with pilots and a staged clinical validation plan so we can scale regulatory commitments as evidence support. Then, in fifth place, infrastructure and operation. The backend must be scalable and resilient. REST or gRPC is a time series database for processing signals, object storage for raw telemetry, and multi-tenant support for B2B customers. MLOps is essential schedule retraining, A/B testing, safe rollout, and rollback mechanism. We also need monitoring for latency, error rates, false positive frequency, battery metrics, and uptime. Automated test suites for firmware updates as CI and CD for app and backend releases will keep releases safe and predictable. And in sixth place, team delivering this requires a multidisciplinary team, hardware and embedded engineers to build the device, data scientists and ML engineers to design and In sixth place, team delivering this requires a multidisciplinary team, hardware and embedded engineers to build the device, data scientists and ML engineers to design and operationalize models. Eso le dije.
3. Ya.
In sixth place, the team. Delivering this requires a multidisciplinary team, hardware and embedded engineers to build the device, data scientists and ML engineers to design the models, backend and mobile developers, QA and testing engineers, complaints, legal expertise, and clinical advisor to design validation protocols and interpret outcomes. Without this mix, Without this mix, it's hard to meet both technical and regulatory requirements. To close, this single slide distills the technical roadmap we must prioritize to move from MVP to a reliable pilot. The first operational step I recommend is validating signal quality. Confirm reliable PPG, GSR, and IMU capture with a small user group and deploy lightweight edge models to measure latency and false positive rates. With solid signal quality and a work edge cloud pipeline, we can iterate models, refine UX, and scale to broader pilots or B2B integration.
Alright, the high-core world marker combines two main front mass composition, fit the grabbing pizza Google and clinical research niche, empathic and mobiles, a platform like Bill, the former PRISA user experience, mobile integration and price delivery, prioritize access to raw data, clinical validation and support for studies, your product skit and middle ground, clinical query for emotional detection, prediction, and usability price for the end user. Position opportunities. Predictive detection on emotional crisis, validate in daily use, got clinical device detect events, and consumer device report strategy. We predict emotional crisis with atonement integration, use experience in real world environments, GAC, Empatica, and Movins preset data. 50 Google presets no always emotion acquired. A forward place must access to wrap data privacy. GAC solution and expensive console. Load access to data for research or interoperability. Health-oriented monetization models, subscription plus insurance, audience, gap field solution with reimbursements, real clinical integration, SOGES position versus competitors. Core value precision, predictive and personalized bracelet for emotional crisis, acquiring close to reset with consumer grade, usability and price. Primary segment you adults and professionals with high stress, secondary corporate wellness programs and mental health centers that require remote monitoring. Key differentials to highly in the pitch, detention prediction rate you can demonstrate in a POC, low false alarm, rate integrations design inversions. Strategy recommendation. Technical and clinical validation, high priority, around controlled pilot studies, comparing your algorithm against a vision, empathic, effort, and brace plus in the lab and HRV, metric sensitivity, specificity, false alarm rate, internal world, achieve comparative performance, detection prediction relevant, searches for credibility, product and experience, high priority. Design a focus on convenience, battery life, routers against motion, and act with immediate interventions by exercise notification to support network. Minimize false alarms with hybrid roles, all class contextual, statistics, activity, time, previous pattern. Go to market and business model, medium priority, launch on two fronts, and videos. Pilots with companies in search. Companies, education centers, author receptors plans with for universities, model empathic use, but with a more affordable price. Partners and legitimacy, medium priority, shared partner with universities for studies and we ensure for cost saving, pilots, reduce investing and medical crisis. Communication plan, publish with papers and use case, regulation and rights, high priority, define from the offset where you will make medical claims into regulatory random and quality plan, if not limiting claims to one and prevention and focused efforts or 5 targets.
The campus model, the problem today, stress and anxiety not only affect people's daily lives, they also have a massive economic impact. According to the OEMs, the issues cost the global economy around $1 trillion every year in lost productivity. Current solutions, social therapy, apps, or wearables, work in a reactive way. They only take action once the crisis has already reached a critical stage. This limits their effectiveness and leaves a major gap in early prevention. And in the first, our proposal, that is Emosense. Emosense was created to transform this scenario. It is a predictive platform powered by artificial intelligence that uses scientifically validated biomarkers, particularly hair rate variability. With this technology, we can anticipate an emotional crisis in minutes before it happens, and most importantly, automatically trigger personalized interventions that help users regain control. In this way, we move from a reactive approach to the true prevention. In second, we have the target customers. Is our project focused on two main customer segments. First, the corporate sectors, which is looking for employer wellness programs that reduce absentees and increase productivity. Second, individual users between 18 and 45 years old who are dealing with high level of work or academic stress, or who are simply interested in proactive mental health care. Three, differential advances. What makes Emosense unique is that our AA isn't trained exclusively on mental health patterns, unlike traditional variables that are focused mainly on fitness. In addition, we rely on medically recognized biomarkers such as HRV, which give us a strong scientific credibility. Most importantly, we don't stop at providing data. We offer immediate concrete actions to manage risks in real time. Finally, our dual model for individuals and corporations creates an ecosystem where anonymized data continuously improves the predictive power of our platform. Okay, four. We have channels and market strategy. The richest market, we will use direct sales in the B2B model through corporate licenses. At the same time, we use e-commerce platforms to reach and consumers. We will also participate in health and technology trade shows for partnerships with telemedicine platforms to expand adoption. We have two key resources and activities. Our project relies on specialized human resources such as machine learning engineers, biomedical experts, and corporate sales team. On technology side, we have implemented an algorithm, a mobile application, and secure cloud-based platform. Physically, we work with wearable devices and data centers. Our key activities include continued research and development, production and logistics, regulatory compliance, marketing, and customer support. And we have two key partners. The strength of our strategy, we partner with technology providers, corporate wellness consultants, e-commerce platforms, and lifestyle retailers. These alliances will help Emosense enter the market faster and with great trust. Okay, so the renewal model and projections of our financial sustainability is based on the sale of smart grid spans combined with a monthly subscription model, ensuring recurring revenue. On the corporate side, we offer annual licenses that can easily be integrated into employee wellness programs. With this model, we project to break even in the year 2 with margins that grow as we scale. Now, the cost and initial investment. The initial investment required is estimated between 400 and 600 million Colombian pesos. This budget is distributed across 4 key areas: technology development, including the algorithm, the mobile application, and sensor integration, production and logistics of the first 50 100 reliable units, hiring women's talent in development and marketing, and operating legal and administrative expenses. For the last one, impact and conclusion. The impact of Emosense can be seen on two levels. For individual users, it means preventing emotional crises and improving mental health proactively. For companies, it translates into significantly lower absenteeism and higher productivity. Overall, we represent a transition from reaction to prevention. Our approach is clear: to turn data into action in anticipating stress before it becomes a crisis. With Emosense, we aim to transform the way the world approaches mental health. Thank you.
In up to 6 months, our focus is on designing and testing the first prototypes. These include biometric sensors such as heart rate, electrodermal activity, and accelerometers, all integrated on a low-power PCB with Bluetooth connectivity. Alongside this, we will develop an initial mobile app and begin training our predictive AI models using emotional and physiological datasets. During this stage, we aim to produce 10 or 12 prototypes for laboratory validation and small beta testing with users. This will allow us to measure usability, accuracy, and battery performance. Moving into phase 2, pilot production. From month 6 or 12, the priority shift toward optimization and controlled scaling. We will miniaturize components, design an ergonomic and user-friendly casing, and identify reliable suppliers and assembly partners either locally or in Asia. At this stage, we will manufacture between 100 and 500 units while simultaneously pursuing preliminary certifications such as FCC, CA in Lima en Colombia. Para ahí. Deja ahí. Michelle, ¿me pones por favor? In phase 3, commercial production. Between months 12 and 24, the goal is full-scale market entry. We will partner with specialized manufacturers to begin mass production under medical device quality standards, specifically ISO 1, no sé cómo se dice, pero...
Espera. Ya. 1, 2.
In phase 3, commercial production. Between months 12 and 24, the goal is full-scale market entry. We will partner with specialized manufacturers to begin mass production under medical device quality standards, specifically ISO 13485. The mobile application will be fully developed, offering predictive alerts, personalized recommendations, and premium subscription-based service. Our commercialization strategy combines direct online sales through e-commerce and marketplace with strategic partnerships with health insurance and corporate wellness programs. This phase is where we start building the Emosense brand and a trust preventive health solution. Finally, phase 4, expansion. After month 24 focuses on long-term growth. Here, we will diversify our product line into Emosense Lite, an affordable version, and Emosense Pro, a premium model with advanced features. In parallel, we will expand internationally, starting with Latin America and Europe, supported by high volume manufacturing in Asia to reduce costs and enable global distribution. This phase positions Emosense not only as a product but as a global digital health ecosystem. To measure success, which are key performance indicators, at least 80% prediction accuracy over 5 days of battery life, a minimum 70% user retention rate, unit production cost under $40, and gross margins about 45%. Throughout this structured plan, Emosense is prepared to evolve from concept to a scalable innovation solution with a strong commercial potential in the growing digital health market.
About the prototype, override and the main hardware component. Our prototype is a smart bracelet designed to detect emotional risk early and monitor a psychosocial signal in a real time. It includes several biometric sensor, heart rate, skin contains moments, and skin temperature. It uses a microcontroller with a rechargeable battery, a flexible board and ergonomic house for feedback. It has a small vibrating motor and soft line. This allows the device to give real and time alert to the user. Okay, now let's look at the digital part and the system architecture. The process connects to a movie application for the iOS and Android. The app receives and the display date and real time and use artificial intelligence and to predict emotional events. Okay, the system has three. A first acquisition layer where the sensor collects data, and second the analysis layer where the AI they process the information, and third the integration layer where the device and set alert counts average of life. The design is light and the comfortable for stand use with a simple and neutral look. The make is to wear ever die. Okay, and finally this slide shows the development stage of the prototype. We dive the process into 5 steps. First, electronic design and the sensor selection. Second, functional ensemble. Third, basic development. Fourth, AI integration with data science. And 5, pilot testing with user. Each station has an estimated duration and cost. The step-by-step plan will get from concept to a functional prototype.